there is nothing wrong with sitting comfortably. If you sit unrespectfully, disrespectfully, that is wrong. But if you sit comfortably, then there is nothing wrong with it. Difference between the two. A person is not used to sitting in a tahiyyat position for a long time, because normally he sits on chairs, sofas, and if in gatherings such as these, he will sit like this for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, for as long as he can, and then if he needs to change his posture, there is nothing wrong. Adab is here. Adab is here, and from here adab is reflected here. So when a person feels that, I wish I was able to sit like this, but I am unable to. When we are unable to stand in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then what do? We sit down and perform salah. So does that mean it's disrespect? Disrespect is that there are certain people who feel that, no, why should I sit like this? He's a human like me. So the ulama themselves, that is how they think, that yes, we are human like them. But the respect we give is to the ilm, not the ulama. Ilm. They are humans, but they have something which we don't have. Our father is a human like us, but we respect him for what he is. And a person gains a lot through adab. Through adab is a small thing. Normally people neglect adab because they tend to think that if I neglect adab, Allah will not question me. If I neglect adab, I'm not sinning. Adab will bring mustahab in your life, and mustahab will bring sunnah in your life, and sunnah will bring wajib in your life, and wajib will bring farz in your life. And if you disregard adab, then slowly mustahab will go out of your life, and then sunnahs will go out of your life, and it will have a knock-on effect on your wajib and farz. Adab has left the ummah, even amongst the academic circles. The adab that we used to see at one time, we do not see that adab. Our pious predecessors, when they needed to turn a page when studying in front of the ustad, then they used to get worried that I might make noise and disturb the ustad. That is the quality of, that is the level of adab they had. That if it might make noise and I might disturb the ustad. Our pious predecessors of Deoband, not long ago, we're talking about 70 years, 80 years ago, 50 years ago. Those who were there 60 years ago, 70 years ago, they had so much adab that they would not touch any kitab without wuzu. Not only the Quran, any kitab, Arabic grammar, any kitab, they would not touch without wuzu. This is the level of adab they had. And that is why they acquired a lot. During the time of Jahiliyyah, before the advent of our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you see, adab before us was prevalent not only amongst the Muslims, it was prevalent throughout the world. So in the period of Zaman Jahiliyyah, the non-Muslims used to say, Al-adabu khayrum min al-dhahab. Adab is far more better than gold. In the period of Jahiliyyah, they used to say. And they expected the juniors to behave with adab with the seniors. Like in India, 50 years ago, even now probably in many homes, but 50 years ago, every Hindu home, the seniors, the juniors were expected to respect the seniors. And in Muslim homes also, And where the Muslims and the Hindus live together in majority of the places, the Muslim juniors were expected to give respect to the Hindu seniors also. And the Hindu juniors were expected to give respect the Muslim seniors. There was a time when the non-Muslims, they would not eat openly during the month of Ramadan at lunchtime, out of respect for the Muslims. They would hide in their homes and eat. So adab will pay off in this world also. Hazrat Maulana Yusuf bin Nuri rahmatullahi, a great scholar of the subcontinent, he used to, when encouraging his students, he used to say that for your encouragement I am telling you that I cannot remember in my life stretching my leg out towards someone who has Quran in his heart. For example, if I am tired, if I am unwell, I will lie down here. I will say to you that I am slightly unwell, please excuse me, I need to lie down. Because we are busy people, we stay here all the time. So we have to do that in front of Mehman also. Mehman means not, formal, mashallah, formality. So this brother is sitting here, he could be Hafiz of the Quran. So if I want to lie down here, first he would check that are you Hafiz of the Quran? Please move away from me. When Haji Muhammad Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi alayhi, my Shaykh, when he came second time to the UK, Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kabudrai Sahib rahmatullahi alayhi had heard a lot about him before that. So he contacted me and he said that it is my desire to remain in the company of Haji Muhammad Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi alayhi while he is in the UK. So you are closely connected to him. Can you take permission for me? So I said to Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kabudrai Sahib rahmatullahi alayhi, I said, I don't think so Hazrat will have any problem. In fact, we will be very happy to have your company. So instead of me phoning him in Pakistan and asking him for permission regarding somebody who he hasn't seen and putting him in confusion, you just come over. And when he sees you, I don't think so he'll have any problem. So in ilm, Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kabudrai Sahib rahmatullahi was higher than Haji Muhammad Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi, because he was academic, Haji Sahib was not. And in age also, Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kabudrai Sahib rahmatullahi was older than Haji Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi. Haji Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi passed away in his 50s. So Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kabudrai Sahib rahmatullahi was already here. And we had arranged for both of them to meet at my house. So when Haji Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi came to my house, that is when Maulana Abdullah also arrived. Just minutes after Haji Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi arrived, and they both met each other. And I was very carefully studying both body languages. And when I felt that both of them are comfortable with each other, so I introduced Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kabudrai Sahib rahmatullahi more. I introduced him earlier also. And I said, Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kabudrai Sahib rahmatullahi has come with the intention of remaining in your company whilst you are touring UK. So Hazrat had a lot of adab, Haji Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi. So he said to me that it will be an honor for me to be in the company of Hazrat Maulana. So we sat for a while, we had tea and everything, and then we had to go to Nottingham. There was a Darul Uloom at that time in Nottingham. Maulana Kamal Sahib rahmatullahi alayhi was the principal. So we had a program there. So when we came out of our house, Saleem Bhai Patel was driving, Marhum, may Allah enlighten his grave. So he opened the passenger seat door. So Haji Farooq Sahib rahmatullahi said to Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kabudrai Sahib rahmatullahi, okay, please you sit in the front seat. This is the respect. This is Adab. Hazrat Abdullah Qabr Rahmatullah said, no, that seat is not for me, that seat is for you. So Haji Farooq Sahib Rahmatullah once again said, Maulana, you take the front seat. And again Hazrat Abdullah Qabr Rahmatullah declined. Twice Haji Farooq Sahib Rahmatullah asked. Thereafter Haji Farooq Sahib Rahmatullah turned towards me. Both of them are standing in opposite to each other. The car is on the other side, I am on this side. And Haji Farooq Sahib Rahmatullah said to me that the principle is usul ye hai. The principle is that the one who is more higher in status should sit in the front seat, and the one lower in status should sit in the back seat. But if the one higher in status feels more comfortable in the back seat, then you should not force him to sit in the front seat. So now he is saying that I am sitting in the front seat not because I feel I am superior to him. He is still superior, but because he is saying, no, I will sit in the back seat, and he is more comfortable, so I will let him sit in the back seat. And thereafter he said, but you must remember one principle, that in such a scenario, you must never get into the car before the senior. So he said, you first you sit in the car. I'm only letting you sit in the back seat because that is your preference, but you go first because you are superior to me. So Hazrat Abdullah Qabr sat in the car, and then Hazrat sat in the car. We quickly closed the doors, and from the other side we sat in the car also. And while going to Nottingham, I was thinking to myself that the journey has just started. The journey has just started. Will Haji Sahib Rahmatullah remember this principle, and will he be able to follow this principle? But throughout the journey, Haji Sahib Rahmatullah never got into the car before Maulana Abdullah Sahib. So much so that sometimes Maulana Abdullah Qabr Sahib Rahmatullah got stuck, and he couldn't come out of the masjid, and Haji Sahib was already near the car. And I was telling Hazrat that, Hazrat, you would take your seat because people are coming and flocking towards you, shaking hands with you, they are causing you in canoe. He said, no, before Maulana Abdullah Sahib, I cannot sit in the car. Now, if this was their level of adab, then what about sunan and what about wajib and what?